We produced a live stream with Elon Musk, and we're about to tell you all about it.
Be seen, heard, and better understood through virtual gatherings. Elevate your message with Corporate Streams.
Hey, I'm Noah, the founder of Corporate Streams. Our aim is to minimize distractions and maximize impact through modern communication tools. Corporate Streams teamed up with X Takeover, an annual fan event organized by Tesla owners Silicon Valley in San Luis Obispo. This gathering brings together enthusiasts from around the world to celebrate electric vehicles and other Musk innovations. The 2024 event featured star-studded appearances by Jared Isaacman, Franz van Holzhausen, and Elon Musk, who shared their visions for the future of electric vehicles, sustainable energy, and Tesla's latest advancements. The event was a massive success, drawing over 1,500 attendees and featuring 20 vendors. Our contributions. Corporate Streams played a crucial role in 4 major aspects of the event. We deployed a B-roll team to capture the excitement over the 3-day event. We assembled a dedicated crew to record the 17 presentations. We streamed all 3 keynote sessions, and we edited it all together for a seamless delivery. B-roll team in action. Our B-roll team knocked it out of the park. We set up stunning time lapses of the light show preparations and captured the exhilarating ride and drive event, featuring over 150 Teslas cruising through the scenic mountain routes. The light show followed the drive, featuring Teslas arranged in the shape of a drum set. DJ Ravi drums performed live from a Cybertruck at the center of the field, accompanied by over 180 Teslas and 30 Cybertrucks, a truly spectacular display. We assisted Simon in capturing one of the coolest Tesla light shows ever. This event marked the first live performance during a Tesla light show. Our client's original post caught Elon Musk's attention and went viral, racking up over 52 million views. The main stage. Sessions began at the main stage at 10:30 a.m., occurring every half hour. Each session lasted about 20 minutes and featured several guests recognizable in the Tesla sphere. Notable influencers included Kim Java, Dr. Know-It-All, Ellie in Space, and Herbert Ong. Of course, we also had our special guests like Elon Musk and Franz van Holzhausen. Franz called from his Cybertruck via iPhone. My job was to get Franz tech-checked and make sure he was ready as quickly and as seamlessly as possible. We spent about 60 seconds ensuring his setup was optimal, and I asked him to rotate his camera from vertical to horizontal. When I brought Franz onto the screen, I accidentally had him double muted, both on the fader and on the mute button. This mistake cost us about 20 seconds, but I quickly recovered and unmuted him. In the final edit released to the public, this hiccup was seamlessly removed. Jared Isaacman. Jared was originally slated to join virtually, but a delay in his actual spaceflight allowed him to attend in person. I had the honor of meeting Jared and shaking his hand. During our brief chat, he expressed gratitude for our efforts in producing such a fantastic show. Jared's keynote mesmerized the audience as he recounted his journey from entrepreneur to space explorer. As commander of the Inspiration 4 mission, he made history leading the first all-civilian crew to orbit Earth aboard SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. Elon Musk. Elon was also able to join us. My main objective was to minimize the time taken from his schedule and get him in and out as efficiently as possible. Here is what the pre-call looked like. We got him into Zoom, checked the system and settings, and had him on the stage in about 45 seconds. I love how quick and efficient this was. It's how we like to do production, especially for people of Elon's status. Hey, let me know in the comments below what you would like to learn about Corporate Streams Productions, and stick around to the end of this video because I'll share some analytics. Technical setup with cameras. We set up 3 Sony FR7 PTZ cameras we call RoboCams, right by stage, 2 on stage right and 1 on stage left. These 3 cameras captured the majority of our close-ups, while we had a 4th PTZ camera as a wide shot in the back. Imi, our PTZ operator, was able to control all 4 of these cameras. We also had 2 handheld roving cameras to capture footage of various scenes. All of these feeds were brought together in our control room backstage, which is our custom-built cart solution. To learn more about that, you can check out our build series on the Hacking Hollywood channel. Audio. Often we run audio for these events, which means controlling microphones, the PA system, and other video elements to ensure sound levels are set correctly for both the in-house audience and the live stream. In this case, however, we had a third-party vendor that ran sound and did a great job. They also set up lighting and the LED wall, which made our lives even easier. External guests. Our biggest lift was around Zoom calls, ensuring everything was dialed in well and that our settings were optimal. We treat Elon and Franz with the same level of respect that we do for all of our C-suite teams we work with. Our goal is to maximize their time and not waste a moment. Internet. We used Starlink to connect to the internet, and we streamed to X and YouTube. The system worked pretty well, and we had to use a new codec, HEVC. to maximize the bandwidth we're getting. We noticed that consistently streaming at about 1.5 megabits per second was the sweet spot. Any higher and it started to buffer, and any lower, the quality would suffer. It was a success. We were able to stream consistently for the keynotes. B-roll team. Our B-roll team used Sony FX6 cameras with 70-200 lenses for close-ups, the DJI Pocket 3 cameras for wide gimbal shots, and DJI mini drones for aerials. The Pocket 3 proved incredibly useful, allowing us to capture numerous shots on the move. Initially, I thought the Pocket would be complementing the FX6, but surprisingly, it felt like the FX6 was complementing the Pocket 3. I tend to prefer the wide gimbal shots of the Pocket 3 over the FX6, though I appreciate a good close-up on the FX6, especially with that 70-200 lens. Our booth. We also had a 10x15 booth for corporate streams. In this booth, we set up another cart and received a wireless video signal from our control room. This hosted our program feed and allowed guests to view and hear what was happening on the main stage. The coolest part, we were able to be powered by a neighboring Cybertruck. It was awesome to see this tech in action and to have it support our system at this level. DIT, or Digital Imaging Technician. Managing the SD cards for all of the cameras was an interesting task. It wasn't just a matter of offloading one camera to a single hard drive. We used 12 cameras from corporate streams and another 4 cameras from various vendors. We needed to transfer footage to multiple hard drives for primary, backup, and for Simon to do his edit. Thankfully, I worked on larger sets and learned the hard way on how to manage data well. We copied and pasted and did checksums manually to ensure everything was copied correctly. For our next project, IMTS 2024, we used Offshoot, a program that helps expedite this whole process. Behind the scenes crew. Our crew consisted of 6 people. I functioned as the producer-director, Leslie as the technical director, Amy as a PTZ operator, Ollie as producer and cam op, Magnus as cam op and drone operator, and Delaney as the booth operator to answer people's questions. I love working with my team, and they're all great people. Problem solving. Like most live productions, there will be things that come up that your production team will have to handle. Here are the top 5 problems that we dealt with. Fuel. We met at my house at 5:45 a.m. Friday morning to head out to San Luis Obispo. It's a 4.5-hour drive, and we prepped the gear over the few days preceding the event. We left around 6 a.m., but the truck broke down on the way. Apparently, the gas station I filled up at the night before accidentally put gas in the diesel tank. This obviously threw a wrench in our whole trip. Thankfully, we broke down near the Burbank airport, where we were able to get a rental truck, rehitch the trailer, and get back on the road. We arrived to the venue a few hours later than expected, but managed to set up everything we needed on time for Saturday and Sunday's show. Light show delay. Our camera was ready to go on time at 8 p.m., but the light show started about an hour and a half later than expected. Setting up so many cars and orchestrated that many people took more time and effort than anticipated for the light show organizers, especially since over 150 Teslas were coming from the ride and drive event. Between the fuel issue and the production delay, this led to overtime hours for my crew, who were on the clock from 5:45 a.m. to about 10 p.m. I was on the clock from about 3:30 a.m. and worked until the last card was successfully transferred at about 2 a.m. These circumstances might seem out of our control, but it's always best to find ways to minimize the chance of failure and be as prepared as possible. Thankfully, our team is dedicated to our client's success, and they worked hard and diligently through the overtime hours. Power. During the show, we had our system on a battery backup from a third-party vendor. Unfortunately, the power failed during the show and our whole system shut down. Our cameras restarted and we lost recordings for the first half of the third session with Herbert. Thankfully, we were able to reboot everything and get things up and running within about 15 minutes. We'll know next time to have our own battery backup system separate from the third-party solution that was offered to us. This system will need to be tested thoroughly, and we'll have a video about it in the future. X streaming. Our live stream didn't display correctly on the Silicon Valley Owners Club X account. Because of this, we missed out on many live stream views that would have collected on X. I'm less familiar with streaming onto X because it's a newer platform and many settings have changed after the acquisition. To be honest, I'm still not exactly sure what went wrong here, so a full audit will be done so we can review our process and ensure we're set up for next time. YouTube ending the stream. We also encountered a glitch where YouTube kept us live after we ended the stream. I think this happened because I stopped the stream from Livestream Studio instead of stopping it from YouTube or the X platform. This is another point we've noted and will correct for the next event. Content delivery. We successfully delivered 16 out of 17 sessions in full and salvaged what we can by the session affected by the power failure. We also produced a hype video, which now serves as the Tesla owner's Silicon Valley channel trailer on YouTube. Our videos and live stream have gained significant traction, being featured in over a dozen YouTube channels, shorts, and other content platforms, showcasing its events and key messages. analytics. Overall, we created dozens of videos for the Tesla Owners Silicon Valley Club's YouTube channel and X accounts. Several of these videos have surpassed 100,000 views, showcasing a significant improvement in both production quality and quantity compared to last year's event. Tesla Owners Silicon Valley now has the opportunity to create short-form content from the 17 sessions, which they can gradually release over the next year to promote the 2025 event. So now you've heard a lot about the project, but what did the client think? Let's check it out.
What's up, everyone? This is John from Tesla Owners of Silicon Valley. We are the largest Tesla Owners Club in all of North America, and we also host the largest Tesla and SpaceX event in the world. It's called the X Takeover. We had the wonderful privilege of having corporate streams being and handling all of our media. We had a lot of curveballs thrown at us this past year, especially with the caliber of speakers that we had. We had Franz von Holzhausen from Tesla, who's the chief designer, Jared Isaacman from Polaris Dawn and Inspiration 4, and then we even had Elon Musk make an appearance. What was really crazy was the fact that this was supposed to be an in-person event. Obviously, Elon came virtually. He was never committed in person. Given the caliber of these speakers, we had a lot of curveballs thrown. So we were having to debate whether it was going to be virtual versus in-person given the schedules. And with all of that, there's no one better than Corporate Streams that was able to handle all of these different dynamics and curveballs. We were well prepared. Despite all of that, Noah and his team handled everything perfectly. Not only did they handle all of the media coverage of the event, of the light show, but the editing quality was superb. If you are ever looking to do a small event, big event, live streams, or in-person events, Noah and his team will take care of you. Corporate Streams is the best media team to take care of you, whether it's helping you host the event to doing the editing. They took care of us from soup to nuts. So make sure you contact them for your next event. I highly recommend them, and we are hoping to invite them back to help with all of our media needs in 2025 for the next X Takeover. Again, highly recommend them. Some of the most genuine people you'll meet, and they will help make your event a big success.
So there you have it, another successful Corporate Streams production. Next, we'll talk about IMTS, a large 6-day event in Chicago. We'll see you there.